You're listening to Tea Time with Crystal. Hello, my beautiful kings and queens. Welcome to the first episode on Tea Time with Crystal, also known as The Intro. I'm so excited to finally be getting this podcast out to the public. You guys have no idea.
You have no idea.
So with that being said, I do have a special guest on today's episode. I have my beautiful cousin, Reina.
What up?
She's going to be conducting a small interview just so everyone can get some kind of understanding to who I am and what you can find on this podcast.
Woo-woo.
So, Reina, what are some beginner questions? I'm a little nervous. I'm scared.
Don't be nervous. You're going to make me nervous. Then we're going to screw up. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so the first question is going to be how? How did you come up with Tea Time with Crystal?
So, Tea Time with Crystal actually was something that me and an ex-coworker, shout out to Mario,
Felicia!
This was something that we used to do every morning. Like, I would always come in with like tea, but I always drop facts. So, we would always have conversations in the morning.
Without me.
Well, but yeah, so shout out to Mario because he kind of inspired the whole Tea Time with Crystal. And every time we would be done talking, he'd be like, all right, so Tea Time with Crystal's done. So I kind of just stayed with the name. So big shout out to him.
AKA Felicia. We love him. All right. And just to piggy off of that, obviously when you were talking to Mario, he was your audience, but, starting this podcast, who are you trying to reach? Who is your audience?
So I want to reach the people who go through a lot of the struggles that I go through, whether it's men, women, a lot of the topics that I have in mind are with mental health, a lot of women empowerment kind of things.
We love that.
Yeah, we do. We love empowering some women's.
Yes.
But yeah, I want to reach the people who feel like they're struggling and they don't know who to turn to or where to go. So those are my key audiences right there.
We love that. Okay. Now, with that audience, what can we expect from Tea Time with Crystal? So what I'm asking is, what are you going to be discussing, and how can your listeners put in requests for different topics?
Well, this is a good question because I already started. So, topics, you guys can actually reach out to me if you have me on any social media like Snapchat, if you have me on Instagram, Facebook. If you have my number, just, shoot me a text or whatever. I actually did already start a topic of discussion. There's a lot of people who responded, which I'm forever thankful for. Thank you guys so much. I got some very intense topics, by the way.
Very intense.
Very intense, but I'm excited. A lot of it has to do with trauma, betrayal. If you guys know me and follow me already, you guys have seen partial of my fitness journey, which I'm very excited for because I will be having a sit down with my trainer because I did get some questions best workouts to do, and she's the best person to talk to about all that. We are going to be talking about some of the traumas that I've been through with neglect, abuse, and just know that there's more types of abuse than just physical abuse.
Definitely.
There's going to be a lot of tough stories for me to talk about, but I'm excited because it gets everyone it gives everyone a little bit more of an understanding of who I am and how I basically grew up and how I am the way that I am now,
Apologies on that last little Snapchat notification. I don't know what's gotten into. Oh yeah, making this all about me. Okay, let's jump right back. So the next question I want to ask is, what brought this podcast to life? What inspired you to do this?
So we'll talk a little bit about the quarantine because I feel like that's something that really helped get my creative ideas flowing. So if you've been following me on my social media, you know that I do a lot of photography. I've done a lot of like editing for like videos and stuff. So it's been a while now that I feel like I've been talking to a lot of people and just about different subjects. So the podcast is basically just, for me to talk about certain subjects that, I deal with or people come to me with and that I just feel comfortable sharing in general.
I'm one of those people.
You are one of those people. And there's a lot of people actually, and it's really surprising how comfortable people are with me to either vent or just have therapy sessions with. So
I think you just have that vibe going.
Right? So let me just say right now, I'm not a therapist, guys. Not yet, at least. But there are a lot of topics that I feel like I've dealt with, certain situations that I go through, and right now I just want to basically shout out my trainer Frances, because she pushes me, like not only just with my fitness and stuff, but she's pushed me to like get my podcast going. She's like, girl, you need to jump on it. And it's funny because we always have like therapy sessions, and I'm always like talking about how like I want to be able to communicate with people on like changes that are going on like in life, and like how social media doesn't allow you to see people's true emotions, or it doesn't allow you to see what people really go through. Like if you look at my social media, like my Instagram and stuff, you're gonna see pictures of me just smiling. Like you're not gonna see the stuff where I'm hurting, I'm crying, or anything like that. You're only gonna see pictures of me being happy. So I feel like this podcast is really going to help with that, so that everyone can really see like the good Crystal, the ugly part of Crystal, the, sensitive, the subjects where, it hurts and I'm working on myself. So this is going to be a good little thing for me to work on every week,
That is super inspiring, and it's so nice just to see how your life experiences can really help other people. On that note, Felicia just wrote back, holla. Now, lastly, just because we are getting to the end of this short intro, I want you to tell everyone, drumroll please, what can we expect for episode 2?
So because we are closer into the holiday season, we're having Thanksgiving coming up. So
gobble gobble. Not the bad way.
So because we have Thanksgiving coming up, we are going to be talking about acts of kindness. So you guys make sure you guys
tune in.
Yes, tune in. But not only that, like, you guys give me some feedback on all of this going on. Like, every podcast that I have, like, I want feedback, guys. Like, I want to know where I can adjust some things, where I could fix whatever it needs to be fixing. Let me know what you guys are doing for your guys' acts of kindness for this Thanksgiving holiday. I know 2020 has been a crappy year. But it's also good. A lot of us are finding our true selves.
And reconnecting.
Yes. So let's see what people are doing for their acts of kindness for this Thanksgiving year and holiday. So for our next episode, that's what we'll be talking about. We'll be talking about acts of kindness and what I have in store that I'm excited to be sharing with everyone.
That is awesome. Acts of kindness is something that we should always be reflecting on, because that just helps people who are struggling in life. So thank you so much for answering all my questions. It was a super honor to be part of your episode 1, aka the intro. And I do hope to be part of many, many more of your episodes to come. And with that said, it is time for the most important part of the episode where Crystal gives her shout outs.
I wish you could do like the so I do want to give a quick shout out to a lot of people who were very helpful. Let me just start off by saying thank you to my cousin Raina. Because you did really help me. You gave me a lot of ideas that, we can proceed with in the future. You were very ballsy to be the host for this one. Very ballsy. We love that. We'll give another shout out to Mario for coming up with Tea Time with Crystal.
Felicia.
Back in the days. And then I do want to give another huge shout out to my trainer, Frances, because she really did push me, like I said earlier in the episode. She really did push me to get on my stuff.
Literally.
And she's like, you need to do some research. You do like get this podcast out here. You've been talking about it. Now you got to be about it.
Be about it.
Yeah, so shout out to Francis too. Thank you for being so helpful in my life the past couple of months. I appreciate you guys also very much. And I do want to give a huge shout out to everyone who has been, writing to me, asking me when this podcast is going to be coming out. I truly appreciate you guys. Like, this was literally an idea I threw at Raina, and she has been helping me, and you guys literally ran with it and have been so supportive, and I can't thank you guys enough. Like, all of my friends and the little bit of family that has been very supportive with this. So thank you guys so much, and I'm so excited to be hosting more episodes. And again, don't forget to send me a message, text me if you have me on social media. Let me know what topics I can discuss. And yeah, so that is the end of episode 1.
Woo! Thank you for